Hi everyone, welcome to NCSE's YouTube channel. My name is Emily.
And my name is Christian.
And for this video, we are going to present the evolution of food, which is maze activity. In your kit, you will receive the following. You will receive 2 card games. The first is a memory matching card game between a wild and domestic organisms. You will receive a wolf domestication card game. And then the third section of this activity you will receive a archaeological dig activity. You will receive the Tupperware with a top and bottom. You will receive 4 to 5 toothbrushes, and you will also receive a number of artifacts. These can include small tools or little bones of a different variety, and you should have 8 in the kit as well. Just as a reminder, we do not ship sand for a number of reasons, so that will be your responsibility. Alright, so first I'm going to go through our first activity, which is our memory matching game, or our wild and domestic matching game. And so here we have Christian, and he will be helping me go through the activity together, and he will be our pretend visitor. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle the deck of cards that we have. You want to make sure that they're all mixed up so it's not too easy for the participant. And then once you've done that, go ahead and make sure that all the cards are face down, and so the back side or the blank side is side up. And you want to mix them up on the table and then spread them out. So then once they're all set up, Christian, if you could go ahead, and it will be your turn first. So what I will have you do is choose 2 cards during your turn. And then if you get a match between the 2 organisms, then you can keep going. Okay. But if it's not a match, then your turn is over, and then the next player gets to go. So Go ahead, please.
This one and this one.
Okay, so not a match, so your turn is over. So you flip the cards over again, and then it would be the next person's turn. And this gameplay continues until all of the cards have been matched up, and then the game is over. So after you have completed the game with the visitor, now is a great time to start a discussion with them, and this is when you would want to divvy up the cards and figure out which organisms are wild and domestic. So first, when I start this discussion, I like to talk about the animals because the differences tend to be very obvious. So when you look at the wild version, you can see that the animal looks a lot more ferocious. Maybe they have big claws or big horns or big tusks or large teeth. They don't look very cute and soft and cuddly like our domestic creatures that we're very similar to as well. And then once you're done talking about all the different animals, then you can also talk about the differences between the wild and domestic plants. A lot of obvious talking points during this part is, if you notice, in the domesticated plants, you'll usually see that the fruits are very large, or they will be very bright in color, or they'll be very fragrant. If it's a flower, it'll smell very nice. Whereas their wild cousin will have a smaller fruit yield, or will look messy, scraggly, or unkempt. So our next activity for the evolution of food is our dog domestication game. And so in this game, it is a choose your own adventure type activity where you have a variety of different cards, and the player is responsible for making a decision and reading the scenario out loud, and playing through the successive generations in the hopes of ultimately producing and domesticating a modern day breed of dog from a wolf. So the way you start the game is the following. You have your red card, which is your female wolf, and that's the card that you always start with. So Christian, if you could go ahead and flip that card over for me, please. And then go ahead and read the scenario out loud to me.
You are an early human. Near your camp, you find a female wolf that has recently given birth to a litter of pups. You decide to take one back to your camp with you.
Okay. So now you have a choice. You can choose either wolf pup A or wolf pup B.
Wolf pup B.
Wolf pup B. Okay. Wolf pup B. Great. Please turn over the card for me. And then go ahead and read the scenario on the back.
This pup will eat food when humans are nearby.
So go ahead and choose scenario B1 or B2.
B1.
B1. Okay. And please read the information on the card for me.
Scenario B1. When you approach the wolf puppet, choose one. Follows you as you walk through the camp, or tries to play with you when you approach it. Follows you.
It follows you. So that is choice, the shape, the circle.
Oh,
circle shape.
circle, yes.
Okay, perfect. So this is your result.
As a result of the wolf's friendly behavior, you begin to trust each other. Choose either scenario C3 or C4. I say C3.
C3. Okay. Please read the scenario for me on the card.
You and your wolf dog venture into a nearby forest. There is a noise nearby. Your companion is most likely to choose one. Run away from the noise, growl, run towards the noise, or begin scenting the air around the ground. I would say C, run towards the noise.
Okay. So you chose scenario C. So please read the scenario, and then after you're done, flip over your card to see what your result is.
Your wolf dog takes off through the brush, leading you to a small lake covered with reeds and aquatic plants. Your wolf dog jumps into the water in an attempt to catch and retrieve the duck hidden in the foliage. Congratulations! You have domesticated your wolf into a golden retriever.
Wonderful!
Awesome.
Congratulations, Christian. You have completed the activity.
Cool.
So our third activity in the evolution of food is our archaeological dig simulation. And so the way this is set up is you have your Tupperware and you have your sand inside. And once you've placed your sand in here, you want to make sure that you bury all of your artifacts and your bones underneath so that nothing is peeking out. And then you will also need 4 or 5 toothbrushes for the visitors to use. So Christian here will be simulating what the dig might look like. So as your participants are digging through your sandbox, this is a great time to have a discussion about the different artifacts that they're finding, whether or not the artifacts that they found are bones or tools, and then what those things might have been used for or how those items got there are great ways to facilitate a discussion. As a reminder, this activity doesn't have a right answer. So the best way to facilitate this is to ask questions and have a discussion. And as long as the participant is asking questions and coming up with their own original ideas, as long as they're backed by evidence, even if it's very implausible, but still grounded in reality, is perfectly acceptable. But hypotheses about aliens are not allowed.